Hey guys, and I'm going to be doing another Breyer barn tour, and I still don't have a name for my barn, so please leave a comment down there and just give me some name that I should name my barn. And yes, I know I did a barn tour not too long ago, but I kind of moved some things around because I needed more room for my mares. So yeah, I might be moving my mares again, but I'm not going to do like a whole new arrangement. So if I do, I'll just like put some pictures at the end of this video or something. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you where my Breyer area is located. So if you come in to my room, it's like right there, and there's my dresser, which is like completely messy. My bed, haven't made that, and this little chest I've had for a long time. And so, let me just move this real quick. So this is it, and it looks very different now, as you can see. So I have my mares moved, all my tack moved somewhere else, moved over there. I still have my Christmas tree up because it's not very Christmassy because it doesn't have like Christmas ornaments, that say Merry Christmas or have Jesus on them. So they're just like random purple and silver ornaments. Looks like here's one. All my silver ornaments have fallen off. But yeah, this is a new tree, and it goes so well with my bedding. But yeah, I still have my Christmas tree up, and I'm gonna take it down probably in March because that's when winter ends. It really just depends on the whole groundhog thing. But, oh goodness. I will, I'll show you kind of where everything is located. I'm not going to really talk to you about my horses again because, I've already talked to you guys about that. So, you come in, and right here on the right, I have the mare pasture. And the biggest reason as to why I moved everything is because I wanted more room for my mares. You probably saw in the last barn tour, if you saw the last barn tour, that my mares were really crowded. So that's my mare pasture. Sorry about that, guys. I kind of needed to take my jacket off. Okay, and it was making a lot of noise. So I lost a lot of space for my actual ring. So I kind of got a little creative. And let me just plug in the lights. I kind of got really creative, and I created, so over here, if you're over this way, it's on the left side of the barn, and it's in the little corner where the barn used to be. There is kind of the ring with the passive sounding board, which I mentioned in the last video, and I don't know if you saw that, but, I just have some little jumps, passive sounding board, and I'm wearing my horsey socks. What a coincidence. And basically, here's like kind of a warm-up area, and you can still like jump in this ring, but there's not a whole lot of room. And then this is kind of cross-country like, but you can just like set up some jumps in this little like chute, I guess, and yeah, you can jump over this. I might eventually actually get some hamster bedding, or to kind of add some texture to my carpet, even though my carpet is tan, and maybe get some like Easter grass or something and put it in the pastures. But I don't know, because I might not be living in this house for too long because we're renting. And that's kind of why my walls, which are pink, do not go with my bed. So, yeah, but we do, and I did not mean for this to happen, but my stallion pasture actually ended up to be a lot larger than it was. And I do not have as many stallions as I do mares and babies. And you can kind of see they have a lot of extra room back there. So that's what I was talking about when I said I might move my mares. I might move all of my mares. And a little love is going on here. And reposition them into the stallion pasture. I probably should turn this light on too. And so, yeah, and I probably will put a link down in the description to the other barn tour, because you might want to look at that to know all of my horses' names, and like Indy and Sergeant and that kind of thing. And then in the actual barn, it's kind of tricky to kind of get to places at this barn, because you kind of have to go into the mare you always have to go into the mare pasture to get to somewhere if you're getting the minis out. I guess you can go through this like area and go back there, but you kind of have to deal with Hal, who's kind of guarding my ponies apparently. And so, oh dang it, hold on, stand up. Okay, so I kind of moved all of the, I guess, special tack. All this tack up here is not used for lessoners. So all this tack either goes to a specific horse or is owned by somebody who owns a horse and boards that horse at this barn. So yeah, that probably didn't make too much sense. It kind of did to me, but maybe not to you guys. So yeah, but that's how this is kind of set up. And then I have the ladder over here that I talked about in the last video. And you have the history of this barn in the last video. I'm trying to make this video shorter, because the last one was like 20 minutes. So, in this stall right here, which is on the right side of the barn, I have Snowball, and I just have his bridle here. And then I have Prince in here, my little mini, and I have his halter and just a random Western bridle. This bridle will fit either him or Snowball. So I just have it on here because Snowball already has a bridle, and this also works as a halter too. So basically, I still have the dressage arena under my bed, but it is completely fallen over. And what I probably will do is take all the letter pieces from the dressage arena and pull them out, and I can like reset them up over here if I ever need to. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing with the dressage arena, because it's just a really big pain in the butt to put it up, because when you're going to go back from under the bed to get a horse, it's probably just going to fall right over. So it's just a big pain in the butt. And you probably saw this when I just, from over here, whoa, my camera's doing funky things again, but on the right side of the, man, my finger looks so weird, on the right side of the mare pasture, I have some saddles. This is all lesson stuff, except for this. Some of this is not lesson stuff. But, and I do have all the saddle blankets up in the attic. But basically, this is just a jump, like you saw in the tack room. But I wanted to use the tack room as an actual stall, because I needed another stall. So I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to do this? And this little area was completely blank. Well, it was filled with a bunch of junk, so I just kind of threw the junk up here for now. Oh, I know, I'm so strange. And so, yeah, and I just, like, it's pretty much the same arrangement, except this is next to this, and, yeah. The chest, if you're wondering, is up in the attic. Oh, right. And so I have all of this tack in here. Oh crap. I have like this, can't remember exactly what this is called. I guess you could say it's a head cover, I guess. Head and neck cover, but it came with this blanket that's on Indy right now. And I'm very proud of myself for making this. I might start selling these. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. And it's just simple. I love it. And I'll show you the lead rope in a minute. And so I have all of these. There's just 3 of them here, but if I ever need another one, I can just borrow one that's up in the attic. And guys, if you hate buying the really expensive bridles from Breyer, and you kind of want a cheaper way, and you're really good at crafting, you like crafting and that kind of thing, I have a really good company for you guys. The company is Rio Rondo, so I'll probably like put some thing up here that like shows you how to spell it, but it's pretty much just riorondo.com. And I got some of these little sets for Christmas, and I'll show you the halter in a minute, but they're little kits, and hold on, and you get to like make horse tack for your Breyer horses, and they have traditional and classic size, so that's really nice. And this lead rope actually was from the kit, and I made it, and it's just a piece of leather attached to, okay, you probably can't see that, let me just, attached to a chain and a little tiny hook. Sometimes this hook gets caught on things, but like yesterday when I was putting this together, it kept on getting caught on the carpet. So that is one little setback, but I think it's really cool because you actually made them. And I kind of did my own version of the Rio Rondo stuff. It's not as fancy, but it's just this really, I really like this leather. It's really, really soft, and it's cheap. So I got that for Christmas too. It was in my stocking. And I had this chain laying around right here that you probably can't see. But it's some chain. It's not as thin as the Rio Rondo, but it's for traditional size horses, so it kind of makes sense. And then I have split rings on either side of the chain with a little clasp, I think is what no, it's closures, that's what they're called, and they're just little, like, hooks. I don't know if you can see that. Oh well. But yeah, that's what that is. And so check out Rio Rondo. It's just riorondo.com, and their stuff is pretty cheap. I mean, it's not extremely cheaper than Breyer stuff, but it comes with all the supplies you need except for the glue, scissors, and pliers. You need pliers because, let me find an example for you. You need pliers because and the leather isn't already cut, it just comes with a really long piece of leather, and then the chain, split rings, and the little hooks, it comes with those, and the reason why you need pliers is because you need to bend this, and then you need to bend it so good that it gives a really nice crease on it, kind of like doing origami. Speaking of origami, I'm hoping to make some origami videos for you guys, by the way. And it's not going to focus. But anyways, it's like folded over, and then you glue it down. And the glue is specifically 527 Bond glue or Ducko cement. I got 527 because I couldn't find Ducko cement anywhere. But I do know what Ducko cement is, and I wanted to find some, but I couldn't find some because I needed it for something else. But maybe the lighting will be a little bit over here. Let me just move some of my horses so I can get over here. But I made a halter from the Rio Rondo kit on Bruto here. And as you can see, it has the little hook. But one thing is that this leather is pretty thick. It's pretty thick. And so it's a little hard to get your little piece of leather. And it's kind of hard. Let me try this. It's kind of hard to get your leather through this little closure thing. My mom had to use tweezers to actually get it on. So that's kind of why you see all my horses with halters on, because I am too scared to take this halter off of him. And I'm just like afraid I'm not going to be able to get it back on, because as you can see, it's kind of already messing it up. But, and I kind of wanted it to kind of be a thing in my barn, because I didn't want it to look weird. Hey, only one of my horses has a halter on, so I kind of just put all of them, put a halter on all of them. But if they have a halter with a lead that's glued on, I just didn't do it. That's kind of why you saw some halters over here. And another thing that I might start to sell are saddles and saddle blankets, or saddle pads, whichever you want to call them. I'm just going to grab one of my saddles. And this is my new version of saddles. You've probably seen some of my older saddle versions. This is the new version, by the way. And the reason why it's new is, one, you probably noticed this, but it doesn't have stirrups. And the reason why I don't have stirrups on is because I'm hopefully going to, like, sell a few of these, like, itsy bitsy little rubber bands with them. Oops, I just dropped it. Okay. And basically, what you do is you know, I'll just show you a picture. Okay, so I got the saddle on, and I got Brenda on. And so the way this stays on the horse is, it's a little hard to see with Brenda on, but I have a little bottle, can tab here, and you tie the elastic to right here. And with my old saddles, which I do have one right here, which I'll show you, first of all, I hot glued them. Second of all, I did put stirrups on them, and the stirrups fell off a whole lot, and they didn't stay in place very well, so that's kind of why I did it without stirrups. And also, I doubled up the triangles on the back of the saddle. It's a little hard to see, but there's a little triangle on the back of the saddle, on the underside of the saddle, and I doubled up those. With this, because the leather is a little bit thicker, I don't need to double up the triangles or the trees, which are these little pieces like on the top of the bodies. But, however, I do need to double up the bodies, because it was very, very thin compared to this one that my friend made me, and I really like this one. I wish I had this leather. I don't know where to get this leather, though. So, yeah. So I did have to do that, but the reason why I come with the little rubber bands is, you might be able to see it on camera. There's a little rubber band, like, right here. And so you put it around the doll's feet when the doll's on there. With this one, with this rubber band, I don't need to double it up on one foot, but with most of the rubber bands I have, I do need to double it up on one foot, which means you would just wrap it around the foot twice, and then you would stretch it over to the next foot. But this one's so tight that I don't need to do that. And I just love this. Okay. And these halters will come with a little closure right here on the throat latch. I kind of messed up on this one. I didn't put the closure on there correctly, but okay, stupid little closure. But yeah, it will come off like that, and it comes off easily as well. So yeah, probably will start selling these. If I ever make a website or a blog or something, I will start putting the link to it in the description section. And yeah, so this is my barn tour with a few updates and commercialism kind of thing. And if I do change the mares, which now I'm thinking maybe not, I will post a few pictures. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment on what you think I should name my barn. And if you ever see anybody in the comment section that has a screen name Reagan Womack, that's actually me. I know that the channel I'm posting this on is Cameron Womack, but that's my mom, and she won't let me have my own YouTube account. But I have a Gmail account, so that's kind of why I can, like, comment on things. But yeah, comment, rate, and subscribe, and bye!